Probably not the best time to do a live stream. It's Saturday. People are doing things in their life. Maybe you'll come back and watch it later. Been eating on these pitomba fruits. Some pitombas. Some Suriname cherries in there smell real bad. I'm gonna feed. What up, Kyle? What up, man? These are some Surinams. I'm gonna feed those to my beetles. These stay good in the fridge for a while. Miracle fruit and lemon mangosteen and pitomba. They've been in there like 3 days. Growing Organics. Let's look at that name again. I like that name. Let's look at it real quick. It is Growing Life Organics. Big shout out. You do you do videos? Do you do Abel, how you doing? Do you do no worries about delaying any orders, Abel. Don't worry. I wasn't Johnny jump up getting to it anyway. You know, delays are what we're looking forward to. There was a sign one time at this Cuban restaurant. They sold pretty good Cuban sandwiches and it said, hurry up and wait. And I like that. Like, hurry up and wait. Like, go ahead, get in a rush because you're about to wait. But I like that. That holds true. So this video, let's go ahead and try to put together an actual video today, not just jib jab. An evolving rare fruit collection. It's the journey, not the destination. Kiam Tran has that right. I appreciate that. They've bought stuff from me. I recognize that name. I appreciate that. Thank you. It's the journey, not the destination. Big shout out to, I mispronounced your name, Kiam Tran. I see I'm not trying to wake Clark up. I think I woke Clark up. I'm talking soft. But he's got the shower going. It's fine. I could yell at the top of my lungs. So first off, I don't know if you're allowed to legally do this, but this is this one book called W.F. Whitman, 5 Decades with Tropical Fruit. It's a great book. It's got some insight as to trying to push the zone limits and grow things. I did. Thanks, Kim Tran. Thank you very much. This is a good book for, let me tell you why I think it's a good book. This is a book by a gentleman that was really famous in the rare fruit community, I think across the world probably, because, you know, you start getting into rare fruit, that's like a small world within the world. And within the rare fruit collecting world, you got Bill Whitman. He's a Florida guy. And he came from a wealthy family that owned some Ball Harbor real estate. And he took what wealth he had and as a hobby, a passion, more than a hobby, right? Like he did it as a love, you know, like a sport, you know, it was like an art form. He would grow rare fruit trees. And then people would be like, oh, you can't fruit that. And he'd be like, bitch, I'm gonna fruit that because you said I couldn't fruit it. He would take it as a challenge. And I like that, like a bulldog, man. You couldn't hold him back. He'd say, you can't fruit a mangosteen in America. No, never been done before. Blah, blah, blah. And he'd say, well, blah, blah, blah. I'm gonna do that shit, bitch. And he did it. So Bill Whitman has got several varieties named after him. He wrote this book with his experience with rare fruit growing. A lot of these guys that grow rare fruit in Florida and the older generation had gone off into the service, you know, the Vietnam War, the Korean War, these type of conflicts, and had gone overseas when they were enlisted. Then they became introduced to some of these rare fruits on their travels, and they kind of took it home with them and never forgot about it. You know, that's how, or they married into women and families that were from other countries, and that their culture, you know, you marry a beautiful Asian or Latin woman and they're talking about these fruits, and you're like, you go to their country, you take them home, and it's like, man, you got to have it. And then so God bless to the beautiful men and women from other countries, of other cultures where there's tropical fruit, the Philippines, you know, Taiwan, Vietnam, all through Asia, India, all those cultures where you had some I guess they come to America, of course, and bring it, which is awesome. But then also too the intermixing of the couples, where you got some redneck guy or just some purebred white guy, and he's like, I never heard of a thing, but my wife likes it, so I started getting into growing them. I can't tell you, I've met a lot of those guys, and they're awesome, and they love their wife. Happy wife, happy life. Anyway, I don't think Bill Whitman was really that guy. He was out there being he was just pimping, out in the world, getting to travel and see stuff. And anyway, I don't want to talk too much about Bill because I don't know too much about him, and he's got a wonderful legacy that he's left. And I personally never met him, but I feel like I met him, and I like him. I like him just because he likes to grow rare fruit. But the book is awesome because this is a man in Florida that was trying to push the zone limits. And he writes about a lot of the things he struggled with and why. So you're going to learn a lot about what he couldn't pull off in Florida and why. So then it's going to get you to start thinking about what you can grow already, why it does good, what you can't grow, why it doesn't grow in your place, whether it be temperature, pH, humidity, whatever. And then you start being like, all right, well, now what can I probably pull off? And then this book could get you maybe thinking, no matter where you're at, how one guy was pushing the limits and how it worked for him. And it's just cool. It's a good book. It's worth buying. It got me excited about collecting. Reading that book, I was more interested in growing everything. But then I got this book, which you can't buy anymore. It's out of print. This is the best investment I ever made. I think it cost me $90. I got it from Oscar Jate at fruitloversnursery.com. I still recommend Oscar highly. Fruitloversnursery.com. If you have any trouble with your seeds, just email him and get back or whatever. He never gave me any trouble. And then you get people out there who want to complain on people and say something bad. I know he has a good reputation, but it takes one customer to say, oh, I don't like that guy. He did this and that, or he didn't get back to me then. It's like, he never did anything but the greatest for me. And I've got a bunch of trees that came from Oscar that he sourced, and he charged me a fair price. It was more than I would have paid if I knew what his source was, and I could have got it myself, which I couldn't do. He always sent me fresh, viable things, and I have a lot of things I'm thankful for from fruitloversnursery.com. And I'm sure there's people out there that would say bad stuff about my nursery too, and maybe rightfully so, but it's just how it goes. I understand. But this book, I got that from Oscar, and it was a wonderful purchase. And this one's numbered, guys. This one's all taped up. I don't know if you can see the number on it. That's my number. What up, Clark?
Nice books.
Yeah, you can take them to your room and read them.
Okay.
This one is all taped up and beat up, but it's good. This is out of print. There was a guy selling one on eBay, and I saw it for sale, and I was like, no way, there's one for sale. And I showed it to my friend who already had a book, and he bought it. But I don't regret not buying it. But that was just being like, hey, look, I found a diamond. Do you want it? And my friend was like, sure, I'll buy that. And I was like, shit, maybe I should start buying things that are of high value for myself and not just telling people, go ahead and buy that. It's just funny. But they went to a good person. Like, it's nice that the book went to a good home. And I guess the only way you're getting one of these books is if the person who owned it died. That's in my opinion. These ones are ones that you're going to get from people that die. You know what I mean? I never autographed mine, but I have notes in mine. There's notes in my book. Like, I highlight the little name if I grew it. If I had it, I would highlight it. Highlighted. And then if I did tissue culture attempts, I put a TC by the top. Or if I wanted to try to tissue culture it.
You don't do that?
No, I don't know how to do it. I have a guy that does it.
Oh.
Well, I'll give another shout out to AgriStarts. We'll go there hopefully. It's a huge facility.
Is it the guy you talked to about the anomaly?
No, not at all. No, definitely no. That's something I wouldn't bring to AgriStarts. You know what I mean? There's certain trees that I would bring him that I'm like, it's rare, but once you bring it to him, it's done.
It's open source.
It's done, dude. It's not open source. It means you're going to get a royalty. He'll pay you a royalty per plant. And I've had stuff in there that I got my royalty on,
Yeah.
but then had stuff that they lost.
Oh.
I had the red jabuticaba in there. I think they lost it. They probably have it going. There's all sorts of, it's all this and that. And then they give you a contract on it. And the contract's probably expired, but they still pay me. Which I'm like, when's this going to end? When are you going to stop paying me? I got to call them. But I still get checks for shit for the last 6 or 7, it seems like 6 years.
Wow.
And we just wrote some of them was, I don't even write a contract. I just was like, here it is. Can you pay me this? And then he would, yes or no. It's usually a penny, 3 cents, sometimes 5 cents if it was something hot. But like, I'm getting paid on like, I'll go get the list. Hold on a second.
Wow, I'm in the wrong line of work.
I don't get a ton of money, but some of the best checks I've had were like maybe.
Wait, no, I'm not.
Okay, I get paid for the white jade. I get paid on them. I guess I don't want to have to show my totals, but I can show my royalty checks. Well, I guess it would show the totals. I can just.
Wow.
Well, it's not that much money, but I mean that's for nothing. You know what I mean? So that was not even a bit. That's not a big check
Is that for how long?
for the quarter.
Shit, that's good, man.
Dude, I should have 10 more things on here that they're getting. So the yellow Montangia Calibura, I get paid on them. The Violet de Bordeaux fig, I get paid on that. Latarula fig, I get paid on that. Cadota fig, I get paid on that. Star Cherry, shit, I didn't know he was selling those. He's been selling the Patanga tubas, I didn't even know it. And I'm getting paid 5 cents on them. Dang, he does do me right.
That's cool.
Dang, he is selling those. When was this from? Second quarter, 2021. That's the last one. Scary, I didn't know he was even selling those. So the Star Cherry, he's able to propagate those. He must have a tree that I gave him trees and he's able to propagate it that way. And then the White Jade Pineapple, 3 cents. That one did really good for me. White Jade. And then there's other ones that we get paid for that I forget what they are, like the broadleaf fig, the broadleaf papaya. That's another one. I've got other stuff I'd like to bring out there. That's another day, another dollar. So I guess the whole tissue culture thing would let me see here. How do I say this? Plants that could be tissue cultured are ones that I'm not trying to really grow. You can tissue culture the jabuticaba, yes, but there's benefits in having grafted trees as opposed to a tissue cultured plant. Like you go ahead and tissue culture them and take your little cuttings and see where that gets you, and you'll make money. Yes, you're gonna have numbers, but then there's the downside is they're all produced in a very stable environment, and they're not going to be hardy and strong like these grafted trees. Yes, they may fruit relatively quick. There's a juvenile phase that they're going to get them through. Once they get the plant up to looking like, this big from a cutting, that's how big it is, and that's how big it thinks it is. It's not going to take too much longer for it to fruit after that. You know what I mean? But there's a juvenile phase with these little cuttings they're taking that takes forever to get through.
They start from the cellular level, though, right?
They take leaf cuttings, a lot of them, and then it's like tissue culture. But like those plants, like I'm saying, are not going to be as strong and as durable, especially for high winds. You have a different root system that's more fibrous with no taproot. I'm just saying, the grafted trees are always going to have a place. The grafted trees are going to.
Got
you. This is one of the best inventions of the 20th century. 21st century, rather. Sorry. You know what I mean?
Don't put them on the counter.
Don't put it on the counter. That's disgusting, Clark. So, basically, a lot of the trees that could be tissue cultured easily and readily produced, like your papayas, fig trees, mulberries, I kind of stray away from them a little bit, right? And then I like to do the stuff that is best to be grafted. You're going to have a nice solid tree because it's grafted. And then to get to the point where you're taking cuttings that are pinky size or, in thick cuttings, that's years to get that mature wood. There's only so many of those branches you're going to be able to make cuttings of or scions of and graft. So it kind of limits. I like that limiting. There's these flies in here driving me crazy. So yeah, there was this book. And then it helped me. This I started to refine my collection. By the time I had this book, there's 2 sections in this book. It's like the New Testament and the Old Testament. And the New Testament, the Old Testament would be all the plants that are from Brazil only. Let me see if I can find the page. They split it into 2 sections. It should natives and exotics. And I think it's how they, let me see if I can find they have a whole nutritional chart, like a nutritional chart in it, which is really cool. All the nutritional facts for a bunch of them.
Is that book still available?
No, you can't find it. It's not available. Not coming to theater near you soon, baby. They have the new one that's updated, but it's only in Portuguese, and the ebook is online. Well, let me see if I can find the cut in the book. So
What year did you get that book?
In 2007, probably, or 8. No, the year after it came out, I think. It came out in 2006. I think I got it 2007.
Is that the one autographed?
No, the other one's autographed. I wish I could have got this one autographed. I should have. I had one of the authors here, and I didn't think to be like, yo, dog. Okay, this is the halfway point, where you see in the middle of the book, it goes exotic fruits. That's like, see what I'm saying? There's 2 sections of the book. This one is the natives. This is the exotics. But all of the native stuff to Brazil is all the cool stuff that I wanted to grow. So most of the stuff I grow comes from this section of the book. This section has a lot of the stuff that you can find readily in nurseries. And, you know, it's rare in Brazil because they don't got some nursery producing it like we do in the United States. Some of the mango varieties, lychee varieties, that kind of thing. But it's cool. This is a great book. I wish you could get it. The authors are these people. And I've met that one there. He's a nice guy. He come and seen my house, looked at my trees, very respectful. This is the new book. And then by the time this new book came out, see, which I always like to show off my signature here. I did get an auto. Which I really appreciate that from Harry. He sent me the book for free. It was very nice of him. What does he even say? To Adam Shaffron with regards, the author. 2015, that's been about 6 years ago. And then this book is in English. It's in English. I keep a cover on it, but I'll take it off to show you the cover. Oh, they hooked me up with some credits on the ebook version. The reason for that is, I think, he had me translating the book, and I made my way through like maybe 5% of the translating before my computer was compromised, and I lost all the programs and I had to stop working on it. So I couldn't finish the book, and it was a whole ordeal. Kind of sucked. But as I was going through, I was noticing some of the stuff they were saying about the fruit was not, in my mind, what I had seen to be exactly correct. So I was making a little adjustments to the descriptions of the fruits. Like to the finger sop, I made some adjustments to the description. You know, I was actually off. He let me do a tiny bit of editing, and you know what I mean? He let me do a tiny bit. I wish I could have done more work for him, but things fell apart, and it was on my end. It was a whole collapse of civilization here. My computer was just thrashed, man. I lost, and I had all these programs on the computer that I needed. I had some version of something to edit the book, and I couldn't get the program again. I didn't want to ask. I was embarrassed to have to be like, hey man, my computer's destroyed, dude. I'm gonna just let me blah blah. I need everything, and like I just couldn't. Just gave up, man. It was bad. Bad scene, man.
I gotta get some of those coffee things.
You want one? Mine?
Sure. You want a steak tonight?
You know, man, I can't do it again tonight because of the I think I had one last night, didn't I? We did.
Yeah.
Did I make it?
I had 2.
Damn, you had 2. Damn. I've got one more left in here. They're ribeye. See how much they cost? Oh, look what I got, dog. This is for another day. Meatloaf. And it comes pre-made, pre-frozen with the sauce and everything.
Yeah.
It's only $10, man. This is enough to feed 4 people. We're going to have friends over for that. We eat meatloaf?
Yeah, man.
All right, we're going to make a meatloaf. We might invite some people over. Keegan, might have you over for meatloaf, man. You can even bring your friend, or we might have someone else. We're going to have a meatloaf dinner here one day. I've got it in the freezer. But I'll
throw that on the barbecue?
No, just in the oven.
Oh.
Then you baste it with that tomato sauce. So, as those books came out, each time there was a new book. Okay, the blue book had come out, right? I had the blue book. And then I had met people in person that had plants that weren't in the blue book. Like, I was like, holy shit, you got something that's not in the book. And I thought that everything that was out there was shown in the blue book, the first one. That's bull. No. They just took a small fragment of what was out there and put what they could in the book that they thought was worth showing. And then the next time they come out, they discover probably a bunch of new varieties and then include all this new shit in the second one. But I was getting plants that weren't in the first book, and they were shown in the second book, the black one. I had those before they were shown, and it was nice to be like, oh shit, they're showing them now in the book. But then
Plinius?
Yeah, Plinius for sure. Myrciarias too, Strigipes and Guaquiea. Those weren't. Those were not in the first book, and they're in the second one. So I just over the years was doing a lot of collecting and importing. And lately, over the past couple of years, I haven't had the urge to import or collect as much. And the main reason stems from just being able to tinker around here, plant seeds, and get new variations. Every year, just by accident, I was getting 2 or 3 or 4 or 5, just between me and my friends and my trees. And then
special boys?
Yeah, just ones that were definitely something new, either mutants or hybrids. You can pull a variegated tree, which is one thing. Those are nice. But hybrids are what I like the best. Variegated is just nice to look at. And I don't much, if it doesn't have a good fruit, it doesn't fruit well, I don't care about the leaf. That's me personally. There's going to be a lot. How many variegated jabuticabas are you going to get? Okay, there's variegated Sabra. Okay, well now there's variegated Cambuca. There's variegated ESAOQ. There's variegated Scarlet. You're going to get them all? Why?
Why not?
Because they don't fruit that well.
Because you can sell them.
Sell them, all right. I mean...
You can clone them.
Okay, now you have all the variegated. It would be like... It's like, dude... Nah, dog. It's like having a whole CD set, remember CDs? You're going to buy Back to the Future, but then you're also going to buy Back to the Future 1, 2, and 3, and then the limited edition series of the same thing with maybe some highlights. You know what I mean? It's like, so you have the same shit again. I don't know.
People will buy them, though.
I want to get the Back to the Future highlighted box set, but the limited edition series, you know, with the... That's what I want. Anyway, so we can go outside, look around.
Scarlets are my favorite.
Scarlets? Should we, what are you going to do, Clark?
Nothing. Finish my coffee. What are you doing?
I was going to go outside maybe.
Yeah.
Oh,
Go
no.
out and enjoy the heat.
Let's see what temperature it is. It's 91. It's not that bad.
Oh, it's balmy.
I'm going to go outside and just look at stuff, I guess, for a minute. I got a lot of seeds that I planted from this season that could be new hybrids.
Oh, all the 6 trays, I moved them over to the big house.
Thanks. Where?
Kind of
On
this end of the table.
We'll see. We might have to take them off because it's so hot and it doesn't get water. We'll see.
Well, no, I checked the sprinkler.
Oh, you noticed there was a spot. Okay, that's all you can do. Yeah, you did the right thing. I'm gonna start taking those trees off. That's the next project. You go into the big greenhouse, right? All the way back, there's trees that are just getting cooked on the table. I just gonna have to take them out, throw them in the bed of your truck, take them to the pot, repot them, set them over there in the shade, and then I'm gonna sell them probably wholesale at some point. I don't even know how I got this blister on my hand. So we should go outside and look at some plants. Talk about more how the I used to grow a lot of anonas. I used to love all the different anonas. I just can't keep up with them. Soft. Here's reasons why I don't like anona. It doesn't fruit well in the shade. You need full sun for it. So if you have it in part shade, it's like you're not really going to get much fruit. Are you able to hear me when I'm talking? Or should I turn my head this way? Sometimes pollination is whatever. You know, you might need to hand pollinate. Soft wooded tree. Short-lived tree in all. You know, they don't
25 years?
Yeah, so I think they're not productive forever. I mean, they come to a limit of, they're not a long-lived tree in my experience. Some of them probably are, though.
Yeah, not usually super productive either.
Not really super productive, but then some are. I mean, it's just here where I grow, it was too much for me to keep up with, because I like to grow stuff in pots, and then the stuff that I can plant in the ground is too wet here for most of them. But I do like, I never could get rid of the sugar apples.
Thank you.
I never could get rid of the sugar apples. Is that Sweetheart?
Yeah.
Is that for you or me?
Me.
We don't want to show him. Dox me, bro.
Dox me, bro.
Did he say you're welcome?
I said it louder the second time, and he goes like this. He goes,
Yeah. He's not a bad guy. We actually might make him a box to drop shit in. He'll love us for that.
oh, okay.
I want to do that. I want to make Postman happy. Is the water running?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. The anonas are great for some people, but for me, I really couldn't keep up with them. I had all the adamoyas and all that kind of shit. But the sugar apple is the one that I never could get rid of. I kept the sugar apple. They're great. And then, of course, I'm always going to keep some around for fun. Like, they're just, all you have to do is water it and keep it from freezing. I can do that. If the only thing you need to do is put water on it, a little bit of fertilizer, and keep it from totally going below 30 degrees, 32 degrees, that's a fun challenge for me. I'm happy to cut this back. It's okay if it loses all the leaves, and you might miss a year of fruit because you let it get dyed back to a stump. You might miss 3 years, and you might get knocked back or whatever, but the soursop is fun for me because it's something I can't really find Florida grown. You can get them at the store that are grown close to the islands, I think Haiti. Actually, if you heard about Haiti in the news, man, that's really sad. Let's send out our prayers to Haiti for that whole... Did I get that right? Is it Haiti that had the devastating earthquake today? Man, I seen the pictures and it's devastating. But yeah, this is another Annona. This Annona salzmanii. It's just because it's rare. This is a little one here that I grafted that I'm keeping as a backup. See, this is dead here. That's got to come off. That's grafted on Annona, Montana. Haiti, huh? This is the same one grafted on Annona, Montana. Look how they heal up real nice. This needs more sunlight than what it's getting. It needs more sunlight than what it's getting. Oh well. This is the special tree here. So far it's made a white fruit. I'm hoping it does again. If it does, I'll start to graft it and sell it as a named tree because the fruit was decent sized, delicious, and it was white. And the leaf looks really cool. I like the growth habit, is really scrunched up. But now if the fruit stays red, I still sell it, but I have to give it a different name than what I wanted. But it's just an interesting tree. I'll push it a lot harder if the fruit's white. If the fruit red, I'm probably not going to push it that hard. I'll just sell it 1 year, maybe graft it, and people have it, and then they can go do what they want with it from there. But I like the leaf on it. It's real interesting. Growth habit's nice. What's that? Seeds? Can I show that?
Yeah.
Plenty of inflat, giant mulchies. They look fresh, homie.
Thank you, John.
Who's John?
JTM.
Okay, shout out to GTM. See, that's how that works. Morton and Sons Nursery. Is that who gave it to you? John Travis?
Yeah, John Travis Morton.
Big shout out to John Travis Morton over there sending Clark his inflata seeds. Morton and Sons Nursery, y'all know about him.
Oh, the dad has a nursery too?
No, he is the dad.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, I was gonna say, he watches the live stream. I watered your shit the other day, dude. Yo, I want to sell these camus in 25-gallon pots. See, this is how my collection evolves. It's a rare tree. It's hard to fruit, but I mean, it's not super rare, and I want to get rid of them. Hard to keep looking happy. The bugs like them, but these have been fruiting. They probably need some kind of pesticide on them. And then the cold can make them die back a little bit. One of them has a little bit of dieback over here, but nothing crazy. Nothing I haven't seen before on a tree.
Boy, that tin is hot, man.
What tin?
The tin the birds are sitting on.
I know. Can't they take the heat? These trees are like tanked with the abuse that they can take. It's just the cold they don't like. There's a couple bit of dieback there. This is Eugenia stipitata. I had one die. That's how my collection evolves. Is I have shit that's really cool, but I can't keep it alive. I get rid of it. This one that's gonna probably fade away. I end up killing them. I think too wet, too cold, something. They always get this crazy ass dieback. Like big sections of dieback. Beautiful tree, flowers everywhere. Oh, and when the fruit was on it, it would get soft. Things I got on me. I'm gonna go over this way. I need to get these chickens to I gotta move my truck. They get pissed about that truck being there.
Dude, your boyfriend?
Nah, this guy. He's gonna try to blow all the scraps on my shit.
You want me to move it?
I'll move it. This fucking guy. I think my neighbor hates it when I park over here. And he's like, you want to park your fucking car there? I'm gonna fucking blow scrap on it. And so I know to move it. I think it's on my property, but anyway, he's not making me move it. It's just me moving it. Ooh, it's hot as shit in here. Started right up. Thank you, Jesus. I thank Jesus every time my car starts. It's a miracle. It's a modern day miracle. Oh, I had to thread the needle there. Put it in the shade. We're good. Okay. Hot in there. Mulberry's looking good. I need to prune it. Look, I got a fruit. I'll be. Who's the other guy, you know, fruit and mulberries in his truck? That one's ready to pick, I'd say. Let's try it out. It tastes like exhaust fumes and shit. Very good. Tastes like sauce packets and exhaust fumes. Can you guys help me out here? I've got a situation with these stickies on my leg. Help me out, guys, would you? Look at these things. Come on, guy. Come on. I raised you right. Come help me. I'm on bended knee. Get these stickies. Get me stickies, please. Help me, please. Get me stickies, please. Come on, Peach. De-sticky me. Come on. Please. Please, buddy. Look at these things. They're all over me. They hurt. Help. Thank you. Thank you, you freak. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, de-sticky, de-sticky, de-sticky. Help me, bro. Help me. Do these things piss you off as much as they piss me off, chicken? Because they piss me off. I raised you right. That's right. Help it out. Good girl. Thank you. Yes, stickies. Remove them. I figured this is the best way to remove these things. And they get just about every damn one of them every time. This Pinky's doing a good job. They're like those cleaning fish. Help me out here. I'm getting... Yeah. Those are the ones. Yes, yes, yes. There's more. Get this, please, inside of the pant. Look at that. Yes, please, please. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You're almost done. You're doing good. You're doing good. Good, good, good. Any more? You guys really cleaned me out pretty good. Oh, wait. I'd say that worked out pretty nice. I was covered in them things. My team cleaned me off. Clean team. Here's this damn PDM grafted. It just doesn't look so well. But then the Spirito looks great. Keep waiting on these peppers to ripen up. I keep picking them too early. You know, what do you got to do? You got to wait for it to turn red or what? That's still not ready, huh? Because it's still got some green on it. Should I let it get really red, or is it ripe yet? You get the book. Good work. Hard to find even the black one now, isn't it? See if we missed any flowers, huh? Some of these are starting to flower. This one here is, I believe, it's either a Sapukaya or a RDP. I've got to look at my notes. I believe it's a RDP, Rosa de Pescos. I'm pretty sure. But let's look at it anyway. No, it actually looks maybe like it could be a Sapukaya. Wait, I planted 2 out, and I think I had 4. There's one over there. I know for sure this one's a Sapukaya. Okay, this is a Sapukaya right here. And this is a Sapukaya right here. And then I have 2 planted out. And then the RDP, the Rosa de Pescos. How many of those do I have? I've got 1, 2. This is another one, looks like a red. I remember this tree. 3. This must be 1, 4. And then 5, 1 planted in the ground. And then probably 1 I'm forgetting about. So I got a bunch of those. You gonna plant those seeds?
I'm gonna do it this way.
Yeah, that works. This is the one that I've been patiently watching and waiting to see if it's a Grimmel Otto Anderson hybrid, which it looks like it could be. I mean, look at these leaves. The leaf, it's just the way that it does its own thing. It's in its own world. It looks right in between the two of them. Crisis actor Clark. This came from a batch of Otto Anderson seeds, and it's got the Grimmel look. Love the leaf on that. Look at that. That new growth is just a spitting image of what a Grimmel kind of look like when they're putting out new growth. I'd love to see this flower quick because both of the parents are fast fruiting. Probably another couple years. I've got one grafted as a backup. This is the backup, the grafted one that I made as a backup. Let's get in here and take a look at it. Doing pretty well. Yeah. Grimmel anomaly. Doing pretty good. Anyway. Some weeds here I've been needing to pull and I haven't pulled. There's a pot of weeds here. Waiting on this clausa, Plinia clausa that's grafted to come up and wake up out of its scale infestation. It just got hammered, but it is alive. This is putting on some nice growth. Plinia salticola. Real fickle tree. Hard to get looking happy. I think this thing's 10 years old. It's always died back and on the verge of dying. It was off to a bad start, and that's why it's so unhappy. But I've had other seedlings I started of this that I should have kept that were happy and growing better, and probably would have been bigger than this had I just kept them growing. But this one's always had some kind of root issues where the roots are never strong. Probably needs more of something I'm not giving it. See, look, the heat wilted this guy. That's your, it was looking perfect not long ago, but the heat got it wilted. Navel does not like high heat. A little bit of wilt on that navel from a high heat situation. Chickens have made their way into this area. Clark's been cleaning this out every day, repotting stuff. This one's like a Grimmel hybrid. Grimmel Sabra hybrid, possibly. It's what it came from. All of these are. Dumbass chicken, man. She's still in here, too. You can grab her. Ah, she got out. You notice the leaves on these look a little interesting, right?
Yeah.
This one's not one. This is something else, totally. I don't know what that is, but
What is this one?
that's like a Grimmel hybrid, maybe.
Yeah.
It's just something with the longer leaf.
Leaves are kind of crenellated or something.
Yeah, it almost looks like Trunciflora, But I'm telling you, John didn't have trunciflora, and these are not trunciflora seeds, but they come out looking like they have trunciflora blood. You know what I mean? Like, if you showed me this tree and I was at your house, I'd say, oh, that's a trunciflora seedling. But it's not. It's actually a grimmel and a sabra, most likely. That's what he had at the time.
They really thrashed my plantings.
Yeah, they did. We can make something to keep them out. See, look at the leaf on that where it looks just like sabra, but then,
Longer.
Yeah, it's a little different. We'll see. There's another one with a little bit longer leaf. This one's got a nice big leaf. And these are the ones in that shit mix where I've got to put some fertilizer in it, but I like these leaves.
I'll get to all these.
Okay. They just need fertilizer though.
Okay.
And weeded.
And weeded. Yeah. Yeah.
Look at this one needs a new pot. This one's gorgeous, man. Look at that.
Okay.
Pull the weeds on that real quick and show it to him. Look at that. You can, I just want to see what the foliage looks like on it. That one to me is one of the hot ones. Like, you know, you're planting grimmel seeds, you're planting sabra seeds, and you're going through your seeds, and then this shows up, and you're like, well, what do you call it, doctor? That's somewheres in between. It really is. So this one's really just gorgeous. I like the way it looks.
Me too.
Okay. Oh, I've got a ruby honey for sale on eBay, and the last one from this batch this year. I want to say big shout out, big thanks to the people putting the bids in on eBay. It's looking great, even though I've been banned on Facebook from advertising.
So pretty.
That's PDM, dude. Did you see the one that I planted, how shitty it looks?
Yep.
And I think I may have over-fertilized it. Bam. Let's go take a look at the other one. Flower opening up on Eugenia matosii. Hasn't set any fruit this year. It's set a few in the past. Oh, by the way, asparagus fern berries are mildly poisonous, Alberto. If anybody was watching my other stream, they might know what I'm talking about. But this kid that was eating asparagus ferns when I was a little kid, the little berries, the red berries, those are poisonous. Who's locked in here? Why'd you lock him in there?
He wanted to stay in there.
Is he bleed up?
No, from this morning. He didn't want to come out.
Is he alive?
Yeah.
His eye's fucked.
I gave him, made sure he had all his comfort.
Yeah, but if you keep them separated long enough, then they'll treat him like a real outsider, and they'll try to kill him.
Okay.
They're still trying to kill him anyway.
So I'll just leave it open.
Well, we'll see what happens. Yeah, we have to keep an eye on him and make sure they don't kill him.
Yeah, they almost did.
They do that. It's been a couple times.
Seals, they were gonna kill him.
One of the seals. What were we looking at? Oh yeah. Yeah. I'm hoping this comes around. Looking real nasty. So
Maybe.
it could look worse. Like what the reason I'm not too worried is we still have is actually perking up. This kind of good down here the way it's standing up and pushing. I think that fertilizer we just hit it with make all the difference, and then it's just got to come through this rough time. Too wet. It was just recently planted, not used to it, but it's coming out of it. It could look a lot worse. So, but you see how it doesn't have that beautiful growth of the other one. So maybe we should make this guy